What's going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Platinum, and today's challenge will be Can I beat Pokemon Platinum using only priority moves. Now, this challenge was obviously introduced in the comments down below of last video, so if you guys want to be featured in my videos, obviously you can drop a challenge video in the comments down below, and hopefully I'll pick yours if it's really good. And so basically the premise of this challenge will be only using priority moves. So priority moves are moves that only go in first. Most moves that are priority though are kind of weak. They are on the lower end of like power, but they are always moving first. They are normally used to obviously finish off opponents. We are going to try to beat the entire game using only priority moves. Now, we are allowed to use any Pokemon, evolve any Pokemon, catch any Pokemon. Problem is, we have to have priority moves at all times to use priority moves and all of that. We can't use anything else. We can't use HMs to get around the game, obviously, because we need that. Because if you guys don't know, Sinnoh is one of the most plentiful of HMs. We got to use HMs everywhere. You got to have almost 2 HM slaves if you want to get through the game without any troubles and to unlock everything, essentially. Anyways, I plan on having a full team of 6 Pokemon on my team, of course, and they're all going to be nicknames. So here are the nicknames I picked for this challenge. Thank you so much for leaving a comment in the last video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my next challenge video, just leave a comment in the comment section below, and hopefully I'll pick yours. So thank you so much for all the nicknames, especially this one. Is an interesting one, I will say the least. I did use it. So anyways, if you guys are also excited for the challenge, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas, just like this one. And also subscribe if you guys are not already. Let's get into the challenge itself. So to begin, we are going to obviously start off by picking up our starter. I'm going to choose Chimchar because it's was one of the 2 starters that will get a priority move. It gets its priority move the fastest, but it doesn't start off with a priority move, so that is going to be an issue. So we let our Chimchar die the first battle of the game, obviously get to the tutorial, get through the catching tutorial, and obviously go into this patch of grass over here up in Route 2, and we start finding a Starly that's pretty high level. If we find a Starly level 4, we are going to catch it initially. We are going to catch another Starly, obviously, just so we have backup. Also, that original Starly, garbage in nature. It had the worst nature possible. And then we're actually going to head back all the way to Route 1 and then start training up. Now, how do we train up if we don't have a priority move just yet? That will be obviously circumvented once we level up our Starly one time. Level 5 Starly gets quick attack. Problem is, we have to get to level 5. So what to do to get to level 5? We are actually going to PB stall down the wild Pokemon in this area to get them to struggle. Oh my god, this again. I know, but we're gonna get them to struggle, and eventually once they struggle down my Pokemon, they will actually kill themselves in recall, and I'll actually gain level, and I'll obviously gain up to level 5, which is where I'll learn quick attack, and I'll start off with the challenge, and perfectly fine with us. And then from there, we're just gonna train up a little bit, beat down the trainers all around here, and then obviously head into Jubilife City. Now, Jubilife City is not going to be too much appealing to us. There is a Quick Claw in that building. However, I mean, do we really need a Quick Claw with priority moves only? So we're trying to evolve our Monferno here by switching in and out using our Starly. Switching my Chimchar, switch out into my Starly, and then just quick attacking down the opponent and then getting free XP. Eventually, I actually get a Monferno and also Mach Punch. Mach Punch is going to be a priority move that the Chimchar learning can learn, and basically the move that's going to kind of carry us, because we are going to head into the first gym of the game, which is Rourke, the rock type gym leader of the game. Now, obviously, Monferno is part fire type, so he's kind of weak to rock, but he's also part fighting type, which is a bonus for us. So it's neutral damage against rock types, and this Mach Punching Monferno is actually going to do the trick and knock out Rourke's Pokemon. Perfectly fine. You can knock down the Geodude, gonna knock down the Onix, and the Cranidos actually doesn't do anything to us, and just... So our team is clearly looking pretty good for us. The problem is we don't have a lot of type diversity. If we ever go against a ghost type, we are going to be a bit screwed. So heading to Floor Town after getting an HM slave Bidoof, because, you know, the god of HM slaves over here, we're actually going to head into the Valley Windworks and then get a Buizel in this grass. This Buizel will be the 3rd member of our team, and is a good reason why, because we got to train it up a little bit. But once we train it up a little bit, it will actually get Aqua Jet. Once it gets Aqua Jet, we are finally set to do a little more things over here. It's not that good of a Pokemon, of course. Once Buizel evolves, it becomes a better Pokemon. Better Pokemon in the terms of it gets better moves. Problem is, I can't get any better moves because Aqua Jet is the only thing it can really get for us. Anyways, we're actually going to head into the mini boss fight against Mars and then clearly beat her down with Monferno. Mach Punch crit, knocks it out, and then head into Eternal Forest. We are going to train up our Brizo here, get some levels on our Pokemon, and then head into Eternal City itself. Eternal City itself is going to be home of the Grass Gym, and we are going to clear it pretty easily, which is surprising because we actually don't have any flying moves. So to start off the battle against Gardenia, the second gym leader, and we're just going to Mach Punch down to Turtwig. It should be a Grotto. I'm not sure why didn't they just give her a Grotto. I guess it was too hard. I actually crit her, which I don't really want to do that. I wanted to weaken down the Reflect, but eventually it actually works out for us. We're actually going to slowly knock down the Sharam. It's going to go into red HP range, and then for some reason I send out my Brizo to get the XP for it. My Brizo does a little bit of damage. It actually has quick attack, so it's going to do a bit of damage to the Roserade. However, my Star Area will obviously clutch things up and close things out against Gardenia and just knocks her out. From there, we're actually going to go to the next mini-boss in the Team Galactic headquarters up here. Just beat them down and beat Jupiter and her stupid skunk tank. It took a little bit, but, you know, gotta use Star Areas to intimidate and then head down Cycling Road. We are going to contemplate who we need on our team because, honestly, our team is looking pretty bad. So, we can't actually find anything really good, so we decided to evolve our Brizo. Our Brizo into a Floatzel will actually be the key to us beating the Ghost type gym because we don't have anything else to beat the Ghost type gym because all our other Pokemon has a fighting move as a priority or a quick attack, so I can't really do anything else. Aqua Jet is really the only thing I can really do. So heading into Fantina, the Ghost type gym leader, we are going to start against her Duskull. I'm going to try to avoid trying to get a Will-O-Wisp by the Duskull and then knock it out. So Miss Magius comes out. It knows Magical Leaf, so it's going to be a bit annoying. So luckily for me, I'm going to waste some turns and just switch in between. Just hopefully she doesn't hit me with Magical Leaf. I mean, the AI is kind of dumb sometimes, so it actually ends up working well. And it just used Confuse Ray at one point, and then Hyper Potion up. I live one Magical Leaf, I know that for sure. So it hits me with a Magical Leaf, and then I, you know, take a little bit of damage, but I knock her out with a second Aqua Jet. And then the Haunter comes out. Aqua Jet, 2 shots, kills it. It used Shadow Claw. Not too big of a deal. Aqua Jet again, knocks it out. And we beat Fantina, which is, okay, well, bit of strategy. I mean, luckily, she just completely just did not choose Magical Leaf the first time against me. Just uses Confuse Ray. But from here, we're actually going to go through Solaceon Town. Not too much in here for us. We're going to head into the rainy route, which I love this route because there's like it's a fun route for me. However, I don't know the number of the route at all. Anyways, there's a Scyther in here. I contemplate getting a Scyther, but I'm like, Scyther might have a higher attack stat and Technician. That's very, very drawing, but at the same time, I don't think I really need another Pokemon with quick attack, so I decided against it. As well, Floatzel's doing pretty well over here. I decided to train up my Staravia and my Monferno a little more because we kind of need a Monferno to beat down Lucario in the next gym. So heading into Maylene, we are going to start off against Maylene using our quick attacking Staravia. It's going to intimidate the Meditite, so it's, you know, slowly weakening down. It's going to rock to me, which is pretty annoying. And then a Machoke comes out. I'm setting up my Floatzel. Floatzel's going to take care of it. I'm at low HP with all my other Pokemon, so Monferno has to clutch things up. So I decided to send out my Star Area first to lower its attack stat, and then just to weaken it down a little bit more. I used, just to weaken it down a little more, I decided to quick attack it. It's not really doing anything, so it is what it is. Then I sent out my Floatzel, trying to do more damage, and eventually it just goes to the low HP point, which I don't think I really needed, but Monferno just needed that, confidence boost. Just punched it in the face, and Lucario's down for the count. And we beat Maylene. Now we're going to help Don over here, just clear through the Galactic members here. We're going to head into Pastoria City. All along the way, we actually get an Infernape and a Staraptor, both of which, I mean, the movesets don't really change. So we're just stuck with an Infernape and a Staraptor over here, which isn't too bad of a deal. I've also took the liberty of hatching the egg Cynthia gives us into a Togetic. And then now heading to Pastoria City's gym fight against Crasher Wig. We actually end up losing this first gym fight. Just barely not beating down the float, so we actually lose. But we come back a bit stronger. Our Staraptor, with a little bit of switching, able to knock down the Gyarados for us, and then Floatzel comes out. I'm gonna do a bit of damage to the Floatzel. That's gonna be perfect range for us because once I send out my Infernape, it's actually not gonna kill it, but I'm able to hit it more times than I would without it. So it gets into really low red HP, and I'm gonna send out my own Floatzel, knock out his Floatzel, and then his Quagsire comes out. His Quagsire is gonna do nothing to me, barely anything. Aquajet, Mudshot's gonna lower my speed, but I have a priority move, so eventually I just crit it, and then at the end it's just that's it. That's all it took. So from here, we are actually going through the Team Galactic hunt. We're going to hunt down the Team Galactic member. Then we're going to head into Galactic Town to beat down Cyrus over here, just clearly through. And then we're going to get the HM for Surf and then head into Canleaf City. Canleaf City will have another rival battle fight over here. After beating our rival, we're actually going to head into Iron Island and then get a Shiny Stone and then evolve our Togetic into a Togekiss. Togetic obviously doesn't have any priority moves just yet, but we'll get to that in a second as we are heading into Byron, the Steel type gym leader, and he's going to start out with his Magnet. I'm going to start off using Mach Punch against him. Mach Punch will actually 2-hit KO him and knock him out. And then I started to Mach Punch down the Steelix. It actually ended up working for me, which is surprising. I sent out my Floatzel against the Steelix. Apparently the Steelix 1v1s me, which is okay, which is fine. I decided to Mach Punch him, a full restores, which is annoying. I ended up doing enough, just barely, as he Earthquakes me and then knocks him out with Mach Punch, and then Bastiodon will come out. I do a lot of damage with my Inferno, but it gets knocked down, so my Staraptor actually comes out and then quick attacks it and knocks it out. Completely fine. Completely everything works out. So with everyone dead, we're actually going to head into the library, talk about the Team Galactic problem, heal our Pokemon, and then beat down Saturn, and then of course beat down Mars, and then of course go into Snow Point City. There is a Pokemon we want to catch, which is Sneasel in the wild over here. The only thing we got is a Pokeball, so luckily it caught in the Pokeball, and now we're actually going to head into Pastoria City once again, go back into the Heart Scale. We're actually going to remember Quick Attack for our Sneasel, because turns out Ice Shard is a move you learn later down the game. Apparently, it learns at like 40 something, so that's a bit of annoying. Turns out no one can really learn any moves from the move tutor over here except Vacuum Wave on my Infernape. So we taught Vacuum Wave on Infernape, so we have another fighting move, which is fantastic, I guess. Anyways, we're gonna head into the next gym leader of the game, which is the 7th gym leader, which is Candace. Candace is going to be the ice type gym leader of the game. And we, of course, we have a fighting type. So she's going to start off using her Sneasel. I'm a Mach Punch her, and it's dead. It's gone. She's going to send out her Pilot Swine next. I'm going to Aqua Jet it. 2-shot kills it. It's going to hail. It's perfectly fine. And then a Bomb Snow will come out. I'm a Mach Punch it, but apparently Mach Punch is obviously not the best idea because it has a Water Pulse. I didn't know it had Water Pulse. I thought it had Earthquake. So I decided to switch out, trying to save it because I don't know what I was doing, because it doesn't matter if I lose my Infernape because her last Pokemon is a Frostlass, so it's completely, I don't understand this, but I sacrificed my Staraptor, which isn't the worst thing, I guess, because Staraptor couldn't do anything against the Frostlass anyways. Mach Punch down the Bombstone. The only Pokemon on our team that can do anything against the Frostlass, luckily we barely beat it at 7 HP, and then we're actually going to head into the Team Galactic hideout, clear through it pretty easily. Then head into the fight against Cyrus, watch his little speech, and then beat down Cyrus at his own office building. And then obviously just go into Saturn, of course, because Saturn is useless. And then head into Mount Coronet itself, and then just scare through that. Beat down the Galactic members here, and then head into the Spear Pillar, where we're again beat down Mars and Jupiter. It took a little bit, because, you know, my rival is kind of useless, I won't lie to you. But, you know, we get through it. Watch Palkia and Dialga's insanely cool cutscene. And then head into the Distortion World. We're going to clear through this in record speed runner time, because we know the movements, because we play this game like every other day. Anyways, going to head into the finest Cyrus fight, and Cyrus can start off with a Houndoom. We're going to clear through that easily. And then Gyarados will come out as the second Pokemon. He's going to knock down my Staraptor. Unfortunately for it, I have a Togekiss in the back. Togekiss will actually end up beating it down, and then Weavile will come out. Weavile gets knocked down as well. I was slowly beating it down, but as a team effort, down my Floatzel, Staraptor, and Infernape. And eventually we actually ended up beating it using my Floatzel. And then from here, I assumed Giratina could learn Shadow Sneak, because I thought it could. However, I caught the Giratina, named it after a person, me. But I went into the move relearner and then found out it could only learn Shadow Sneak in Heart Gold and Soul Silver and forwards. So Platinum was the cutoff where it couldn't learn Shadow Sneak. So I was pretty annoyed by that. Now what do I do? So I've decided to go through Sunyshore City and then head into the gym fight against Volkner. Volkner is going to be the electric gym leader. It's not going to be too difficult at all. We're just going to beat him down very easily. Beat down the Jolteon and just slowly I beat down something with my Floatzel, which is embarrassing. I mean, joke's on you, honestly. And then a team effort to knock down the Luxury, and then of course the Electivire can be a bit annoying. I weakened down with Intimidate, but of course Inferno cleans things up, and that's the end of Volkner. However, heading into Victory Road, I've decided to catch a Dusclops. Dusclops can be better member for my team. I'll say that. I've also decided to take the liberty of spending all my money and getting a metronome for everyone, because metronome is going to boost the power of moves used over and over. I don't know how it's like calculated in this generation, but in further generations, it's actually a really good item. I assume it's a pretty good item in this one too. Anyways, heading into the final rival battle fight of the game, we're gonna actually clear through him pretty easily. Staraptor gets his kill. Somehow, did you see that? Somehow Infernape 1v1s Empoleon, which is crazy. It two shots it. Where's this Hydro Pump? I don't know why it doesn't have Hydro Pump, but it just two shots it and knocks it out. Snorlax comes out. I wish I could one shot it, but it just barely doesn't. Earthquakes me, knocks me out. Weavile comes out. It's gonna just get Ice Shard boosted, which is so crazy. Look, it just slowly gets stronger and stronger. Eventually, it just knocks him out, and the Ice Shard knocks out the Rosary, and that's the end of a rival. Now heading into the first Elite Four member of the game, which is Aaron. Aaron will start out with his Yanmega. I'm gonna start out with my Weavile. I'm gonna start using Ice Shard and just knock him out. And then I'm gonna quick attack down to Heracross using my Staraptor, which is the worst idea, also not the best idea. Vaporeon will actually just barely kill my Weavile, so I gotta finish things off with my Floatzel. My Floatzel barely just not kill out the Scizor, but luckily my Infernape is in the back just to knock it out. And that's the end of Aaron. Now heading into the next Elite Four member, which is Bertha. Bertha is going to be the ground type Elite Four member. I'm going to start off using my Staraptor against his Whiscash. Quick Attack does a bit damage. It actually knocks out the Whiscash. She's going to send out her Rhyperior. Her Rhyperior is going to Mega Horn me, which is interesting. I don't understand that. Then it's going to Rock Wrecker me following turn, which is... I don't know what it's doing, but anyways, it allows me to get Aqua Jets up for free, and 2 Aqua Jets will actually knock it out, and that's the end of the Rhyperior for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, Golem comes out. I decided to stay in, Aqua Jet it, just barely not kill it. It's gonna Earthquake me. It's just pretty strong and knocks me out, but a quick Mach Punch will actually knock it out. Then my Weavile does not knock out the Hippowdon, but luckily we have one more Pokemon in the back, which is Togekiss. So Togekiss clutched things up against Bertha for us. And now we're actually going to head into the fire type Elite Four member, which is Flint. Flint is going to start off using his Houndoom. I'm going to actually two-shot it using my Floatzel, which isn't too bad. Then he's going to send out his Infernape. Infernape is going to be pretty weak on the physical defense part, so I'm going to start using Aqua Jet again. I have a Metronome up, so he's going to do pretty much a lot. I'll live a Thunder Punch and then two-shot it with another Aqua Jet. And then Rapidash will come out. I'm going to Aqua Jet this thing down. Just barely doesn't kill it, which is a bit of a shame. It's going to Flare Blitz me and still not die. So I decided to use my Infinite because it does have Mach Punch. And it actually ends up beating it. And then I'm going to Mach Punch down to Flareon. Two shots it with a crit. Magmortar is his final Pokemon, and I'm just going to Mach Punch that thing down. And ends up critting the Magmortar, so we don't have to worry about that. And it's the end of Flint. So yeah, everything works out pretty well. We're going to head into Lucian, which is the Psychic Elite Four member. And he's going to start with Mr. Mime. Guess what I'm going to do? Guess what I'm going to do? His first victim is my Dusclops. So I'm going to send out my Dusclops against his Mr. Mime. He's going to set up his Light Screen, which is, yeah, fine. He could do that. I'm going to two-shot it using my Shadow Sneak. Pretty standard, you know, what you assume. Espeon comes out next. I'm going to Shadow Sneak that thing down. Two-shot about. And then I live a Shadow Ball so easily. I'm not even fully evolved. This thing is a monster. Bronzong comes out. It's kind of scaring me, but I'm going to keep my Dusclops in. Oh my god, I'm doing so much damage. This is a great showing by a debut Pokemon on my channel. I mean, it's just, I just picked it up randomly from the spring. And then, I mean, it's doing so much damage. It's killed about 2.5 Pokemon for me. So when I send out my Floatzel, I'm going to Aqua Jet it, knock it out. And then he's going to send out his Alakazam. I mean, even with the Energy Ball, it's actually not going to kill me. And then another Aqua Jet will knock it out. And then that's about it. I mean, Galactic could come out. I'm going to Aqua Jet that thing down. But it's basically over at this point. I sent out my Togekiss just to finish things off because we don't use Togekiss that much. It also has the strongest priority move. Ooh, Stone Edge does a lot. But Extreme Speed will just barely not knock it out. But it just uses Drain Punch. And then Extreme Speed knocks it out. I don't know what's going on with the AI. I think my problem's broken, but, you know, we got to take him where he can. Anyways, we're going to head into the final battle of the game, which is against Cynthia. Cynthia's going to start off the battle against us using a Spiritomb. This is why I needed to have a good Pokemon. Spiritomb is actually going to knock out my Dusclops, which is a bit of a pain. Luckily, Floatzel's right there, just barely not kill it, but then my Ice Sharding Weavile will finish things off. So I've lost 2 to the Spiritomb, which is kind of a shame, but it is what it is. Lucario will come out next, so I decided to use my Infernape. does pretty well against it, so can't complain there. Now her next Pokemon will be Galactic. I've decided to use Togekiss. Togekiss can extreme speed it down. It has the strongest priority move. It's not using Ice Beam, the first move, so I knock it down to mid HP. Knock it down pretty low, but it's just not there yet. So I've decided to send out my Infernape, because Infernape could do the most damage after Togekiss. Slowly knock it out with Mach Punch. Does not do it correctly, so I'm at a panic mode at this situation. But if I could get through this Galactic, I could get through it, everyone, with my Wave Out. So I'm just gonna throw everything at her. My Staraptor actually gets away with knocking it out, and then I just needed some chip damage against the Togekiss, doing about half to it before it knocks me out with Water Pose. And then I'm gonna send out my Weavile. Weavile is gonna Ice Shard, knock it out. So I'm rolling the dice. Now the Guard Jump comes out. I'm gonna Ice Shard it. It just barely doesn't kill it. It's at more than half HP now. Earthquake almost kills me, but Ice Shard will knock it out as the following move. So Weavile with the Ice Shard is clutching things up, and its final Pokemon, Roserade. Will the Ice Shard kill it? It actually ends up killing it just in luck of time. As my last Pokemon, we beat down Cynthia just barely with Ice Shard. So Ice Shard Metronome is the wave. You gotta get on it. So we beat the game, just barely. We barely beat the game with priority moves, but luckily we did it. And I guess it was a pretty fun video. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and also subscribe if you guys are not already. My name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.